యాక్చువల్లీ ప్రీవియస్ క్లాస్ మనం ఏమని డిస్కస్ చేసుకున్నామంటే సర్వీస్ నౌ అంటే ఏమిటి, మామూలుగా ఏ ఐటీఎస్ఎంలో హెచ్ఆర్ఎస్లో మనం ఏం కవర్ చేస్తామో వాటి గురించి మనం డిస్కస్ చేసుకున్నాం. సో ఈరోజు మామూలుగా డెమో ఏంటిదంటే, so ServiceNow is a cloud-based IT services management. So in that, so that was ITSM workflow automation platform used by companies to manage IT customer services for that human resource and IT operation management and customer service management side using with the ServiceNow. So previously we create one PDI. So again I will log out. I'll show you how to install and all. So this was a PDI personal developer instance. So in the developer dot servicenow dot com dot dev dot do. So in that actually we already create. So I generated one instance. So here if you want, you can create your own way, new user, get a ServiceNow ID. So here, ServiceNow is a cloud-based IT services management, ITSM and workflow automation platform. So used by companies to manage IT customer service, HR, ITAM and CSM. So we created instance. So that was a personal developer instance. So that was, so this was the URL. So after registration, we will log in through username and password. So yeah. So here this was a mail ID, my email ID. So I created in the previous class. So if you want, I will share the both recordings today. So then you can practice. So this was the new user, get a ServiceNow ID. Then after registration done, the PDA was up. So we will use for that personal developer instance. So here you can see developer.servicenow.com is a one URL, and then after start building, we will get that dev 303.609.servicenow.com. So this was a developer instance. So both the username and passwords are different. So in that component, so for this URL, username and password different, and this developer instance, username and password was different. So both the username and passwords are different. So this was instance. So in the ServiceNow instance, there is a three components is there. So this was a one component. So for the left side is a one component. So here is a one component. So on the top of that, we can use top was a banner. So we called it as a banner. So in the top of this section, so contains a logo. So this was favorites and history workspace, and this was PAs and application scopes, then whatever global search icons and sidebar discussions, usage analytics. So this was show help, and here system administrator available. So this was complete under comes into that banner. So for this left side was application navigator or filter navigator. So in that left side navigation panel, use it to search and open applications. Suppose if you want to open any incident, so here you can see here. So create new, assign to me, open and assign. So I will tell you later. Incident was a application menus and this was a modules. So like this we can search that. So this was a content frame. So in the middle of the right, then whichever where the forms and list and dashboards and the records are displayed now. So this was content frame we are called. Here there are three components. So one is the banner. So this was top of the section in the PDI. So it contains logo, user profile, search, notifications, and system options. Yeah, but second one is application, navigator, or filter navigator. So this was left side navigation panel. So and use it to search and open applications. So like modules and menus. So third one was content frame. Content frame. So the middle and whatever right area where the forms and lists, dashboards, or whichever records displayed is content frame. So here, see here ServiceNow management is the logo is there. So in that banner side, the banner and whatever a banner span at the top of the every page side. It contains a logo, global navigations, and then whatever the controls restricted based on that user role. Suppose in that ServiceNow side, majorly admin is a plays a key role. So and admin, the ITIL and ITIL admin. So whichever these has, those controls are restricted based on that user role. So when we created a role, so this was it. Then after class, I will explain. Then how will we create a users and groups and roles. So in that admin user sees all the controls. Then we can which one has that impersonate user, which one has that roles access. So this was completely we can see here. Here, system admin is a one control, and suppose here global search is there. So global search is a like a one control, and here sidebar discussions is a separate has a controllers, and help desk is a separate controllers, and message helps is a separate controls they have. So those controls will be hidden based on that user role only. So in that service now homepage, here homepage is there na. So actually, so based on that our requirement only will change this logo. So here service now provide their logo. If you want, if any customized logo only, we can change. Suppose how we can change when we are going for that basic. So here basic configuration under system properties, basic configuration, user interface 16. So when we are click on this, yeah, here, then see here, service now, service management. So I want to change this logo and this name. So how will change? Here I want to change JVK technologies, right? So and JVK technologies. So if you want, you can add your customized logo. So I want to add here. So this logo I'm adding here. Yep, it was uploaded. Once save it. So in that header side, it will be changed. Then after, so if you want, you can change. Otherwise, you can't. So this was a logo. We are changing here. Yeah, it was properties was updated. Once it is loaded, yeah, see here. Yeah, when we are click on this, so those page header caption and service previously service management is came now JVK technologies came. So this is our user interface. So like a when we are then whatever in the top of the section is there. So in that system administration side also we can use. Suppose here some impersonate user is there. So impersonate user means without having access. For example, in that there are 10 users is there in the ServiceNow side. Without having their username and password, we can able to access their instance. Why? Because suppose when we are implemented one functionality, uh, like for ideal users. So at that time we want to test that functionality, so we can use impersonate user. So every time we can't take for that other instance ID na, so that is the impersonate user plays a major role in that. So when we are using for that impersonate user temporarily logging in as another, suppose how we can suppose I want to discussion with that some testing. So I want to add able tutor. So I want to say hi. So here we are sending a message. Yeah, we are sending a message. Then how will we can see? Yeah, see here when we are click on impersonate user. So I will select impersonate user as a able tutor. Yeah, see it was open. Yeah, see here. Yeah, see here some system administrator. So just we hi said hi na. Hi, how are you? Yeah. So end impersonation can see. Yeah, click on chat discussions. Yeah, see here. Hi, how are you? So the same like that in the test environment side, we can able to access like it was a private chat as well as we can do like WhatsApp and Facebook and Instagram like that. We can chat over here in the service now. So impersonate user. So this was a very important while we are writing the administration CSA. So without having access, so there are 10 users in a service now without having username and password. So we can able to access their instance or our instance. So in that to verify what specific role can view or perform and check why a user cannot access a module or record or application side. And validate user experience, see the menus, list and form side. So with there, whether confirm with whether access restrictions are working or correctly, we can using impersonate, we can check. The same like that. So here elevated role is there, elevate role. So elevate a role by adding a privileges. So if you want to create a ACLs, we can activate that security underscore admin. So this was a very important topic. Okay, when we are grant a modification access. So in that security underscore admin role, all the ACL should be read only. So when that elevate roles, like before we didn't, so suppose when we are using for that elevate rules now, so in that security terms side, like when we are having that session side, we can handling those ACLs. Suppose when you are going the ACLs, yeah, and ACLs. See here, some access controls is only showing. So if you want open any previous ACLs, yeah, here we can see like a type, operations, decisions, and everything is there, but there is no. So we can't able to create new one. So why it is not there? Because security underscore admin not enable. So this was a elevate role. So you can see here in your security underscore admin, update it. Yeah, see here. Once refresh this. Yeah, see here. New button is came now. So previously, before we didn't activate it. So before that also, you can see here some this security admin arrow button is showing. So previously it's not showing. So in that new button, in that ACLs, so now we can able to write the ACLs. So this is the elevate role importance. So again, so we'll discuss on more on that ACL side. Yeah, now the arrow mark is gone. So that is the elevate roles. So here some global search icon is there na. So for that work like a search button. So this was a work like a search button. So when we are clicking on the incident, you see here there is a lot of incidents is showing here. This was a search bar. So this was usage analytics. So it was a private chat. So this was a show help. So when we are help centers, then whatever we should do go there. So this was notification centers, and this was a preferences. So then whatever global search icon is there na, and chat bot is there na, so within their instance only we can chat, communicate one ServiceNow user to another ServiceNow user within the ServiceNow instance. So here some displays, themes. So if you want, then whatever themes we will change. So suppose, yeah, we'll change. So previously, so there is a bunch of themes is there. Now it's showing only two here. So this was if you want a debug, then whatever ATF and inspector said and JavaScript inspector said, we will more looking into that debugging side as well as. So this was a user experience. So actually here dashboard is came now. So when we see here, yeah, dashboard is came. So why it is came? So I selected dashboards here. So in that preference side, user experience. So dashboards. So if you want to select default, yep, will change. Once lagged out, it will change. Yeah, see here. There was a default section. No, there is no. Yeah, actually, today class is over. So if you have any questions,